What is up, people? I hope you're doing great. Hope you're having a great day. Good evening, actually, because it's late at night. I've already laid out the reasons why I'm doing the videos late today. In the first video, like the Man City video that I'm basically gonna post first. But by the time you watch the video, I would have posted the Man City video. But yeah, man, guys. Welcome to another video. Welcome to the channel. And in this video, I'm going to be talking about Tottenham. I'm going to talk about Tottenham Hotspur. Obviously, they played Leicester City and they beat them 6-2. I think Brendan Rodgers is under big pressure, by the way. If he's not sacked by the time the international break ends, I think he's going to be really lucky. But obviously, we're not having that conversation. I want to mainly talk about Tottenham. But before I go into the video, guys, if you haven't done so, please subscribe to the channel. And please push the thumbs up button to like the video, and please push the notification bell so that you can get notified each time I post a new video. And yeah, guys, obviously going on to the video, I want to talk about Tottenham Hotspur. Obviously they played Leicester, and actually it was a 6-2 victory for Tottenham. But I thought the 6-2 kind of flattered Tottenham a little bit. It was not a 6-2 game. Tottenham didn't play that well that they deserved to win 6-2 in the game. They were just more clinical with their chances, and obviously it was a masterclass from Son, because Son came in the game and he basically turned the game from 3-2 to 6-2 because he scored a hat-trick within 13 minutes. So like in the space of 13 minutes. So I think it was a masterclass from Son. The game said more about Son really than it said about Tottenham, because I think Tottenham had a decent performance, but you can't really say they they blew Leicester away to the point that they deserved to win 6-2. Leicester actually played quite well up until the time when Son came on and just took the game by the scruff of the neck and scored 3 goals within minutes. So I thought it was a decent performance from Tottenham, great performance from Son. And I think, what really what you can kind of take out, the key takeaways from the games is that, from the game is the fact that Conte has like a good squad at Tottenham, because he basically benched Son because Son was not playing really well. Like, he was not scoring goals, was not assisting goals. It was kind of like he was really unlucky, because the few games where he kind of hit the post and he scored, and the goal was ruled out by VAR. So I just think he's been unlucky. But the first time he was basically put on the bench, and he didn't play, like he didn't start the game. That kind of like brought the best out of him, and he came off the bench and scored a hat-trick. And basically that then suggests that he's basically going to go back to the team, and Richarlison is probably going to go back to the bench, or Kulusevski is going to go to the bench. So I think he's got options up top, that being Antonio Conte. Obviously, like, I think that it's a good problem to have, to kind of have Son, Kane, Richarlison, and Kulusevski to pick from in terms of your front three. Like, you can bench the other one, and that's really going to kind of bring out the best in that player, and they're going to come on to the pitch and they're going to make an impact. So I think he has good squad depth, and obviously the midfield is really solid as well, and their defense has kind of been leaking goals a little bit. They've conceded 4 goals in the last 2 games now, because they conceded 2 goals against Sporting Lisbon midweek when they lost in the Champions League. And yeah, man, so it was a good win for Tottenham. They didn't really play that great. I thought James Maddison really looked good. He's really unlucky not to be in the England national team, to be honest, because he had a good season last year where he had double figures for goals, I think. So it's really unfortunate that it's not in the England squad. But I thought he had a good performance. I think James Maddison is now kind of like too big for Leicester. He needs to go to another club to kind of take his career to the next level, because like Leicester, especially like in terms of what's happening at this moment in time, they kind of like they've stagnated. They've kind of like it's gone a bit stale at the moment. They're losing games. I think they've lost 6 games in a row now, and they're bottom of the Premier League with only 1 point. So I think actually they've lost 7 games in a row, because 8 games have been played. No, actually. Oh, actually didn't play. Yeah. So 7 games have been played, even though we are in metric 8. Metric 7, remember, didn't take place because of the of Queen Elizabeth's death. Yeah, or Queen Elizabeth's passing. I guess I should be kind of a little bit sensitive to the people watching the video. Apologize. But yeah, so we didn't play match week 7, we only played match week 8. So Leicester have basically lost 6 games in a row. And they basically got a point on the opening day of the season when they played against Brentford. And they were actually leading 2-0 in the game, and the game ended up being 2-2. So I think they've lost, obviously, Fafana, who was gone to Chelsea. I think Tielemans is looking to go to another club. His contract obviously ends next year in June 2023, and he can basically go to any other club that he wants to go to for free. I'm not sure how many years are left in James Maddison's contract, but I think he should basically leave Leicester. So the point I'm trying to make is that Leicester are not that great at this moment in time, and the fact that Spurs actually conceded 2 goals from them, like against them, and they didn't really kind of like, you can't really say they were miles better than Leicester, because they were really not. But obviously the score line was like basically the score line is 6-2 because of Heung-min Son's 13-minute hat trick. So, but nevertheless, take nothing away from Tottenham. I thought they had a decent performance. They ended up winning the game 6-2, and like with regards to the question, some people are asking about Spurs being title challenges and stuff like that. I think I have to praise Spurs with regards to the fact that they're finding a way to win games where they haven't really been that much better than the opposition. So they've played a few games where you can say, okay, well, they were better than the opposition, but they were not that much better than the opposition. The opposition had spells in the game where they were on top, but Tottenham still managed to win. And they managed to win like by 2 or more goals, basically. And I think that's a great quality to have. It takes a special team to win games when you haven't played well. So I'm gonna praise them for that. I'm not gonna kind of hold that against them and say they're not good enough and stuff like that. I think it's a good quality to have in terms of drawing, like not drawing, but like not losing games that like where you haven't played well and actually winning them, which is what they're currently doing at this moment in time. Obviously, the only defeat they've had was against Sporting Lisbon, and they didn't play well in that game. But all the other games in the Premier League, they've either drawn or they've gotten a win. They're still unbeaten in the Premier League, even though they haven't really played that much better than the opposition that they've played against. So I think it's a great quality to have. But with regards to challenging for the title, with regards to Tottenham, I don't think they're good enough to challenge for the title. Their defense is not that great, because I think Antonio Conte's style really relies on a solid foundation at the back. Tottenham, like Antonio Conte doesn't play an expansive style of play, like style of football. He doesn't play like a style of football where he's kind of going all out attack. For him, it's defend first before you can attack. So he's mainly a counter-attacking team, and the reason why he wins a lot of games is because he's got world-class players at the top end of the pitch. Kane and Son are world-class. Kulusevski has really been on form, like on world-class form since he's come to Tottenham. Richarlison is also a good player. So he's got good players going forward, and as a result, he's able to score goals against teams. And that's how he manages to win. But defensively, I don't think they're that great. I don't think you can say they're one of the best defenses in the Premier League. So, like, Antonio Conte's style requires Tottenham to be the best defense in the Premier League in order for them to challenge for the title. Simply because they don't play well enough against like the other quality teams in the Premier League. Like, they get outplayed in some games, but they still win even though they get outplayed because of the quality they have up top. But they do concede a few amount of goals at the other end of the pitch. So I think as a result of that, they will find themselves kind of drawing some games and losing some games. I think Tottenham are really suitable to play against the big teams, because against the big teams, they can soak up all the pressure and then they can counterattack those big teams. And it's easier to score against the big teams because they always play a high line and they always kind of try and impose themselves on the game. And that's really the style of play that suits Tottenham. But when you play against teams that are not going to do that, so teams that are not going to play a high line against you, I think they'll tend to struggle, as it showed against Sporting Lisbon, where Sporting Lisbon kind of frustrated them. Same thing happened against Marseille in the Champions League when Marseille tried to frustrate them. So I think they find joy when they play against the top teams because they can counterattack the top teams. But when they play against the bottom teams that will try and counterattack them and they have to impose themselves in the game, then they find the game a lot more difficult than they find games against the top teams. So I think because of that, because they still don't have that kind of quality of blowing everyone out the water and beating everyone because of a style of play that they have, then I just can't see them winning the league title because they're going to draw some games, they're going to lose some games. I just don't see them having enough consistency in them to win the league title with that style of play of Antonio Conte. I'm not criticizing the style of play of Antonio Conte, by the way, but I'm just saying, like, because there's no right or wrong way of playing football. You play football the way you want to play it. We like as fans, we might like we might like watching Manchester City or Liverpool because they play an attacking style of football where they like it's attack first before you defend, whereas some teams just defend first before you attack. But there's no right or wrong way of playing football. So which is why I'm not going to criticize Antonio Conte's style of play, but I just think they're not capable of winning the league title as of yet. They've got great players going forward and great attacking players, but there's still some positions in the Tottenham team, like the right wing back position, Emerson Royale. Emerson Royale, like, probably wouldn't start for the top 4 teams in the Premier League. Like, even though Tottenham were in the top 4, but Emerson Royale doesn't start for Man City or Liverpool or Arsenal or Chelsea. He definitely doesn't start for Chelsea because he's not starting over Reece James. So, like, what I'm trying to say basically is that there's still some positions in the Tottenham team where you can say they can still improve in that position. They don't have a world-class player in that position. Whereas when you look at teams like Man City who have world-class players across all areas of the pitch, that's what you're competing against. And I just don't see Tottenham kind of, like, with their squad and the quality in their squad, being even though they have some good squad depth, I see them making a good cup run because I think even when they come up against the top teams in the cups, they can sit back and soak up all the pressure and counterattack those top teams. So I think they can do well against the top teams, but against the lesser sides, which if you want to win the league title, you have to beat everyone. It's not just about performing against Man City and losing against Nottingham Forest. You have to beat everyone, and I just don't think they have that quality in their team. So yeah, guys, I think they had a decent performance against Leicester, but that's my thoughts with regards to Tottenham and them challenging for the league title. If you have any comments on the video, guys, please comment in the comment section below. And if you like the video, please push the thumbs up button and please push the notification bell so that you can get notified each time I post a new video. And if you haven't done so, please, guys, subscribe to the channel. It really massively helps with the YouTube algorithm. And my name is Lukani Sochigala, guys, and thank you for watching the video. I appreciate the support, and please keep on watching the videos. Have a great evening. We'll see you in the next few days. Obviously, we're gonna have the international break. I'll try and make up some topics to talk about, just to kind of keep the content rolling. But yeah, guys, obviously no football until Friday, because I think England play on Friday, but there's no Champions League football or Premier League football this week. So yeah, guys, I'll see you in the next few days when I kind of, maybe I'll make a video. But yeah, guys, enjoy your evening, for those of you who are still awake. And yeah, guys, have a great week ahead. And yeah, thank you for watching the video.